And we are back. There is some jiggable music in there, And when I say that, I mean an Irish jig. And I think I heard you say that you did some writing on the way back from Ireland. So there is a definite influence. Yes, Ryan?
Yeah, me and my dad, we took a trip down to Ireland and just basically went around to every pub we could find and listened to music there. So I got a bit of inspiration.
Listen to music. That's what they call it these days.
I mean, a bit of Guinness, a bit of music.
They go together, I would imagine.
They really do.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds like a lovely trip. What kind of thinking about the music that you wrote and everything, what was inspiring to you about, I'm going to say it's the home country for you? I'm not far off there?
Yeah, I mean, about half of me is Irish and half of it's Swedish, but... yeah, so I had always wanted to go to Ireland, and when I got there, I actually got... In Ireland, they have these things called sessions, where, like, at pubs, just a bunch of guys just show up and play music together. It's not planned. They just, like, all know the same song, so they come and play music, and so I heard that every night, and seeing the countryside.
Yeah.
And that was Ryan lead singing on that song. Mm-hmm. And so, speaking of Ireland, you should probably talk about how we got the name Distant Brothers.
That's what I was just going to say. Good segue. So, what's cool about that, too, when Burns' last name is Burns. Mm-hmm. My last name is Byrne. Yeah. And we started out a couple years ago, just he and I jamming. And when he went to Ireland, he found the county that his family hails from in Ireland. County Wicklow, which happens to be the same county that my family hails from. And we also...
What'd you do with your us?
Well, we also... Actually, he got rid of the O. We both got rid of the O also. We both used to be O'Byrne.
Okay.
Or O'Byrns. I don't really know.
Just Byrne, actually.
O'Byrne. Okay. So we were like, dude, maybe we're like distant brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then also, like, since we've been writing, all the four of us, a lot of our lyrical content speaks to kind of our interconnectedness with each other, with creation, with God and stuff. So the Distant Brothers thing kind of carries through.
Well, let's talk about that. How you found each other and how you decided to kind of explore this kind of music together and write together. What first brought the Distant Brothers all to the same place at the same time?
Well, it started with Burns and I. There was a waitress that was very attractive named Sarah.
Isn't that how it always goes?
I love stories that start like this. Yeah.
It all began with Sarah. And so we wrote a song about her, asking her out. Never played it to her and also never asked her out. But it was technically the first song that Burns and I jammed on and also the first song that we performed under the name Distant Brothers.
Okay.
And then not too long after that, enter Tommy left stage.
Hey.
Hey, Tommy.
And you were like...
They invited me to jam one evening, and I didn't even know they were doing anything under the name Distant Brothers, and I kind of came along, jammed with them, and then enjoyed it, and they kind of were giving me a tryout without me knowing, and then we kept doing it, started at some open mics, and then we advanced up from open mics when we added Matt.
Yeah.
Which was
it's a good addition.
About 14 months ago, probably we added him. Mm-hmm. And then he has, because of his other band that he plays in, that other band's been around for a while.
Buckman Page.
We can share some love for Buckman Page.
Yeah, Buckman Page.
He had all the connections like Swizzle Steve and a few others, so that's how we've been getting our bigger gigs. So it worked out.
It was funny the first time that Matt came to practice with us. We were playing around, we were like kind of giving him a bit of a tryout to see how we felt. And just the first note he played, we're like, yeah, okay.
All of us looked at each other like, oh.
Because we've been playing without bass for a while, which we have acoustic stuff to begin with, but then when we added the bass, it was just like...
Sends the thrill, doesn't it?
Yeah. And we'd actually been discussing about what date would constitute like our birthday as a band, like whether it was the first time Burns and I played under the name Distant Brothers or the first time the four of us played together. We all decided that first bass hit that Matt did when we're practicing is our moment of birth as a band.
You were birthed.
It says that on the timeline.
Yeah. Matt's bass hit, we were born.
And you kind of mentioned some overall themes with Distant Brothers, that it sounds like you share. So, what, because there's all kinds of different music out there. You know, there's dirty, filthy rock and roll. There's ska, reggae. There's punk, all that. But what kind of would you say about this? And I'm bad with genres, so I'm not particularly looking for genre. But who would love your music?
Well, we're bad with genres too, because every time everyone always asks us, what are you? What kind of genre are you?
We use a lot of hyphens.
And we kind of just
hyphens,
floated
pre,
around.
post,
Yeah.
If Crabcore is in there anywhere, this interview is over.
What do we settle on? What was that?
I think the easiest thing for us to say is folk, just because it's probably the most
Folk.
general term. But
World, a little bit of
yeah.
We've been
world.
saying world folk rock too.
Yeah, I like that.
A worldly folk rock.
I can kind of understand it, and I see. Is that a djembe over there?
it is a djembe. Yeah,
that-
its name is Sua.
Sua?
Means.
We named it because of the meaning of it, but now I can't remember what it
I think it means. Oh no, it means. Doesn't it mean newborn? Because it was like new to the band.
Yeah.
It's something because it's from Guinea in West Africa, and it's a language endemic to there. And we were like, oh, Sua, but now we can't remember what it
means like
means.
new beginnings and opportunities.
Yeah, that was
like
what
that.
new beginnings because it was
New
new
beginnings,
band.
new opportunities.
So in addition to like the African kind of rhythmic influences with that and Irish influence in the writing, we also have like a tiny bit of Latin influence from some of our travels in Latin America. I think our biggest band influences as far as sounds would be Mumford & Sons, Avett Brothers. What are other
Lots
ones?
of American folk.
Yeah.
Lots
Yeah,
of, and there's some
kind of that
good
resurgence
American
of
folk, yeah.
those bands that have kind of surged to the forefront, like even Lumineers a little bit.
Yeah, yep, Lumineers
Stuff,
definitely.
So.
Who I've said this, but I think they headlined every single festival this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Across
They were
the
all over the
country.
place.
They made
They
the
were
rounds.
everywhere.
Yeah.
They were even on Colbert, and I was
really?
watching, and they seem pretty shy. And he's got 5 minutes to interview
Yeah.
them, and he gets this look on his face like somebody say something. And I felt for him, but I've got 30 minutes with my guys, so we always work it out towards by the end of the show. People are dancing around, having a good time playing some music. Well, you guys, it seems to me you have been kind of related to some charitable works as well. Am I mistaken in that, or are you doing some good work, good deeds out there?
Yeah, wanting to kind of carry the Distant Brothers motif outside of our music as well. We always say that what we're about the most is bringing people together. So with our CD release, we took 10% of the money we did from our fundraising campaign for the CD to give to Loaves and Fishes, a local charity.
Is that a food pantry type of
It's
thing?
a food pantry
Okay.
in DuPage County. So, and they do unbelievable work out there, and they're growing. And
That's
so
great.
But we have our home church in Naperville has a strong connection there, so that's how we've been connected with them, and we thought it'd be really cool to give back somehow. So
We did a fundraiser for a community in El Salvador in Central America, which brought in over $1,000, which was awesome.
That's amazing.
Or actually,
Well done.
400. Yeah. So it's been really exciting because that's not only is this style of music in kind of this more like this resurgence of kind of old school Americana folk music, but people like being parts of things that are meaningful and contributing towards things that have a cause beyond the actual moment that you're partaking in. So
Right.
kind of having these causes that are important to us, a part of who we are and our identity as a band, we've noticed people really like kind of joining in with that, which has been great.
And it's so very needed now more than ever. I feel like people who struggle are under attack, for being in struggle. So all the help that any of us can give, our time, our money, even just sharing the word can be such a help.
Yeah.
Food, there's no reason at all anybody in this country should be going hungry. So
Absolutely.
kudos to that. I really dig that. And I see a lovely picture of you handing it over there. So.
We made fun of Tommy for tucking his shirt in for the picture.
He did, and his hair is all nicely. Well, it is today too. You're looking fly.
Tommy's the good-looking one of the band.
maybe.
You're listening to Fearless Radio. We have Distant Brothers here in the studio with us, and they're playing a show this Friday night at Goose Island here. And I'm going to, like I said, go ahead and figure out who's on that bill with you while we play this next song. Sound good? We've got a live song coming up in just a few minutes, so stick around. You are definitely going to want to hear that. I'm excited. So, what are we going to do? Restoration now?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Any words to say about the song before we play it?
Wrote this song in the Pacific Ocean. It's about oceans and how awesome they are.
You travel. This band travels.
We do, yeah.
That's very cool.
You'll hear Dan lead singing on this one.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. We'll be back with Distant Brothers.